Hello, how are we doing today?
Absolutely fantastic. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
You been out there to take care of those cattle yet today?
Actually, I am down in Kansas City today, so I'm on car wash side today.
Oh, man. I've always believed that cattle really will miss the people that feed them every day. I mean, you get that look out there when you're in that field, and it's like, oh, man, I knew I should have been here yesterday. You missed me, didn't you?
Yeah, they depend on you. It doesn't matter how you're feeling or what's going on in your life. You got to make sure they're fed each and every day, and that's why I have a brother like Cole that can do that.
I love what you guys are doing on the McBee Dynasty, and to me, it's showing farm life in its reality, and it comes with drama, because I grew up in the state of Montana, and my uncle had a ranch down in Ranchester, Wyoming. I know this life. I mean, it isn't a billion-dollar farm like you had, but we still had to get up and feed the chickens and the cattle and take care of the land.
It's hard work. There's no doubt about it. And with the hard work, there is so much drama, stress, and pressure because it's a tough industry to make a dollar in. I mean, there is so many things that could go wrong here, first and foremost, which is unpredictable as all get out. And having to try and compete with that, along with keeping your personal life somewhat straight, is just a challenge like no other.
What really is neat about this is how it pulls you in. The average city slicker is going to watch this going, oh my God, I did not know that, but I want to try that. Is there a lot of unprofessional farming going on?
I think that throughout this show, and really one of the things I've been it's been so neat to watch is how much feedback has come back with the actual farming and ranching parts, like the how-tos or what we're doing and why we're doing it. So many people are interested in those aspects of the show. I really didn't think that would be such a big hit. It's been really cool to watch it.
Family secrets, man. What's that like to put that out there in the TV world?
It's nerve-wracking because not only are strangers watching this show, but my bankers and our business associates are also watching this show. So we know that everyone's going to have their eyes on this show. We know we're putting it out there. But at the end of the day, we said, hey, if we're going to do this thing, we're going to be authentic and real, and knowing that we're not perfect. We've got so many flaws, but we're just a family out here who sticks together, who tries to make a living on a farm and ranch. And we want the audience to see the good and the bad times that we go through.
And girls are going to be falling all over Jesse. I mean, because, he's the pretty boy of the family.
He is. He is. He looks exactly like Casey Dutton. He's always been like that. Back when Cole and I were single, we used to use Jesse because he's been locked down in a relationship for so long. We'd send him up to the bar counter to get drinks, and then we'd kind of do the bait and switch. All the girls would come over to Jesse to talk to him, and that's when Cole and I would show up and be like, sorry, ladies, he's got a girlfriend, but we're single.
One of the things that you cover on this is the fact that when you've got to transition the power of the farm and the ranch to somebody else in the family, because when my Uncle Willie finally gave it to the kids, I swear he gave it to one I did not expect. Do you see that happening with your family?
There's no telling. I know that all four of us boys think that we are the rightful leaders and the next generation of leading this farm and ranch, and we're all hyper competitive. So I would like to think that I'm the most fit to run the ranch, but I know Cole and Jesse and even Braden think the same thing. They think that they have better ideas, a better way of doing things. And at the end of the day, I feel like I'm in first place, but there's no telling what my dad may have in mind.
Nothing against you, but I'm on Braden's side because the baby brother sees a lot. He experiences a lot from his point of direction.
He does, and he may be the smartest one of us all, because if he was to take over the ranch, he'd probably list it the next day and focus on just the coffee and car wash, which honestly is not a bad idea.
Yeah, but I knew you would bring that up because I was going to ask you about that. How many big businesses want to put their warehouses on your land?
Oh, we've had so much interest between solar panels going up across the farm,
yep,
big windmills for power. I mean, there's been so much interest in the farm. We've even had the government attempt to put in a highway over our farm through eminent domain. It just seems like every single day we're facing outsiders coming in and trying to take over the ranch.
See, that's the reality of ranching that a lot of people don't understand. It's got its look, it's got its beauty of the cattle and the land, but man, the business side of it is tough.
It's a tough industry. You're dealing with Mother Nature first and foremost, which is the most unpredictable thing out there. And then on top of that, you're facing all of these headwinds through regulators and the government and even locals trying to destroy you just because we're a bigger fish in a smaller pond in a small town. And just facing all of those challenges and the pressures that we face, it's a tough industry to make a living.
So now, where do you have to go to conduct the business? I mean, because Ranchester is a very small town too, but Willie and those guys didn't. I think they had to go to Sheridan or even Cheyenne, Wyoming. Do you have to go to the bigger cities?
Yeah, we have to haul all of our grain down to Kansas City. Our banking comes from Kansas City. There's not much going on in Gallatin, Missouri. It's a very small bank up there, so all of our main business deals have to be done down in the city. I
got to ask you a Kansas City question here, only because it's been all over the newspaper the past couple of weeks. There's talk that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be leaving the town. God, I can't believe they would do it to people like yourself.
They aren't going to leave the town. It's a political play. They're wanting to get some tax credits, and so they're pushing that pressure to try and get the public to be like, okay, let's offer these tax credits to the Arrowhead renovations. They're not leaving. They're not going anywhere.
Your generation of ranching versus your father's generation. I mean, really, I grew up, being called the city slicker. I mean, you guys don't use that term anymore. How do you modernize farming today?
We do use that term, actually.
Do you?
we still use city slicker. We even call my brother Braden a city slicker. But modern day farming and ranching has advanced so much. So many people think that it's a pitchfork and blue overalls, and that's just not the case. It is one of the most technologically advanced industries out there. You should see what a modern day tractor cab looks like. It is actually insane. All of the different softwares that have to take place to run a farm and ranch, especially to our scale. It would just be mind-blowing. And I tell people that all the time. And being able to showcase that through the show, I think, is really interesting.
On branding day, does the community still come together, all the other farmers, so you can work together?
Not so much. There's been a little bit of separation as far as farmers getting together. We've tried to pull farmers together and have once a month breakfasts at our office. And that's been really, really neat, getting the community together. And us farmers, we like to say that we're in a global battle. So we're not fighting over a piece of ground, or at least that shouldn't be how it's viewed. We're not competitors. We're in this global battle, and we're all in this together to try and make the industry better. So why not share secrets? Why not come together and have breakfast once a month and really enjoy each other's company?
God, I just had a flashback of the big battle that was happening up there in Montana and Wyoming. You talk about you're having, a battle with the environment. Up there, it was when the sheep came into cattle country. How dare they do that?
Yeah. The sheep are tearing up the grazing grounds. They're not meant to come into cattle country. Yep.
Do you run into prairie dog problems?
No, thankfully, we do not have any prairie dogs out here. I'm very thankful. We also don't have any wild hogs, although those are moving up from southern Missouri, which I'm a little nervous about.
Yeah. So what are you learning from doing this TV show? Just transparency, or because, you've got to be taking something from it, and they've got to be taking something from you.
Really, I'm just shocked in a good way at the overall level of interest in what happens out here in the flyover states, especially from the West Coast and East Coast. So many people have no idea what a modern day farm and ranch looks like, how these really truly the backbone of America operates in modern day times. And for people to take such an interest in that, it has impressed me more than I ever could have imagined. And I love it. And really being able to highlight and put an awareness in our industry, I think is such an honor and a humbling experience.
All right, now be honest with me. Do you clean that barn, or do you hire people to clean that barn?
Oh, no, we're cleaning that, unfortunately. Well, I got my brother Cole to do that, but no, I'm out there sometimes cleaning out barns and stalls.
Oh, that's an experience, dude. I love that kind of stuff. That's hard work.
It's tough work. Yeah, it's tough work, and we usually have to do it on the weekends because during the week we're focusing more on more important things. So that's weekend work there.
Wow. Where can people go to find out more about you? Because the show is on Peacock and USA Network, but to find out more about you and everything that you're up to.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very, very active on our Instagram page. So it's at McBee Farms. And from that one Instagram page, you'll be able to find our car wash page, our meat facility, our personal pages. So go to at McBee Farms on Instagram, and we keep that thing updated daily with videos from the farm and ranch. It's a pretty neat follow.
You got to come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you, dude.
Oh, I appreciate that. I enjoyed the talk.
All right, man. You be brilliant today, okay?
All right, you as well. Appreciate you.